we really want to give back to SAJC, and the best gift that we can give is being God's mouthpiece to share the gospel with our juniors so that they can come to know the Lord as well. Because I also received Christ through the SAJC ministry when I was a student there.
Why and how did the chaplaincy ministry mentoring come about?
I think back then, Reverend Joshua was the pastor of Praise Fellowship and I was the youth pastor at COR. One of the things we decided that we needed to do was to engage the chaplaincy work a little bit more, and we needed to bring the age difference between the staff as well as the students down significantly. So I think God placed in our heart this vision to challenge members from Praise Fellowship and our youth service to give their first fruits to the Lord. First fruits meaning after they graduate, either from poly or university, to give their first year or second year in full-time ministry, and what an opportunity we have in COR, having the chaplaincy work right at our doorstep.
I think back then, definitely we caught the vision of giving our first fruits. Really think that before we render what belongs to Caesar, we render whatever belongs to God first. So we wanted to offer our first fruit, the best that we have at the time of our youth.
Why did you decide to become a mentor?
To put it simply, or is to help people. I mean, I came from a GC setting and I know how horrible it can be. It's very incredibly stressful, especially when you take your A-levels and the time is just too short. I've been very much blessed by having a community, like either in COR, my friends, my family to talk to. But I know that there are a lot of people who don't really have that community, and I wanted to do something for youth like these.
I felt like when I was younger, I felt like there's nobody really listening out, really listening to how I feel, how my concerns are, or what are my worries and that kind of thing. So when I try to minister, I always try to say, hey, do you want to talk about anything? Do you need a listening ear? Do you need a garbage can? I just want to be there for them, just to listen and say, hey, yeah, I'm hearing you.
What do you enjoy doing most as a mentor?
I like best the canteen ministry because we'll be sitting with the students during their break time and with their classmates and whatever, just to chit-chat, catch up with them, kind of thing.
Not PE the kids, but I think really interacting with the kids. Yeah, I mean it's a good opportunity to give them another perspective in life. Yeah, so I think as a mentor, they will ask me for a certain Christian perspective on things because they know where you come from, they know what you do.
For me, I think there's a lot of activities that I enjoy. The thing, however, that I enjoy the most is really the relationships that take place even after the students' time in the school. So even after they graduated, it doesn't end there. We still have friendships, relationships that last till today. And I think that really just goes to show how impactful the chaplaincy ministry can be.
Recall an incident that happened during your mentoring days that has left a profound impact on you.
There really isn't a particular incident, I would say. I mean, of course, we have different stories. These are one-off events and memories. But I think what really impacts me, as an individual, is to have these relationships go beyond, like what you said just now, go beyond our time in the ministry itself. In fact, this morning, on the day of filming, I have an ex-student send me a text and say that, hey, it's random, but just recounting the days of serving in live concert together, and I'm like, it warms my heart because it's not random. I think it's really reminding ourselves what he has done in the ministry, in this ministry that is his, through different mentors, really.
We often go in thinking that mentors are supposed to come in, convert 48,000 people, but you forget that you can also impact them in non-spiritual ways, which hopefully, have positive benefits to their life also. I think ultimately our end goal is to bring more souls to Christ, but we also are there to be the older friend to them that we didn't have that can be a role that we often forget we feel.
I think for me is knowing that God is ultimately at work. Because after LifeCon, then we had to do follow-up. Okay, what we did was that we went through a study with them just to follow up and share who God is, right? So I remember thinking like, okay, this is ending, like not a lot of pages left in this book. So I was like, I don't know what came over me, okay? So I told Wilson, this is gonna end. What do you want? Basically, I think I told her to go and find God. You know, you heard about God, you know, but please go and find him, you know, to speak to him, experience him, you know. Like, if not, nothing I say makes sense in life. And the next week, right, I remember I was sitting there at the music camp. Then I saw a student walk towards me, right. I knew she might come. For the life of me, right, I know it's not me lah. I know it was God working in her life and speaking to her. The thing with mentoring is also because you see many lives, and you see some that stay with God and some that has left the faith. And I know that whatever I've done doesn't matter. Like, you know, we do our best and we try to do all that we can, right? But I really think that it's only God that works, and when God works, something will bear fruit.
Maybe some people may ask, you know, so where are the fruits? Well, we can see today we have many of our disciples that we have met in SAJC. They are still in our church.
SAJC cell El Saleh, it's really the fruits of our labor that we can see, and they are always a strong reminder that, you know, God can use us to reach out to the students in SAJC. They are a very strong reminder to me personally, and it keeps me going. In my own personal prayer is always, God, can you just send me that one student this year that we can bring to Christ? This ministry is not mine, but it's of God. And our mission is really to church the unchurched and reaching out to the lost in school.
Yeah, I think God gave us a faith vision that every year we'll be able to start a cell group through the mentoring ministry, through our evangelism and discipleship. And I'm glad to know that it continues to this day in MSS. You know, I was in MSS recently and we see SAJC students, former SAJC students there. And I think it's really part of our DNA here in COR.